Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be talking about Batwoman Season 1. Now I was a little bit leery of doing a Batwoman review just because I had heard some stories about how it wasn't even like that good and different things like that, but judging from the posters and everything, even the trailers, I was always planning on giving it at least a chance. Now as for people who don't like it, to each their own. I understand where there have been like little details that might be like why you might like pull you out if you were like really love Batman and are curious about like the world, and why it's like why every 2 seconds they're not just calling up one of the Bat family with little things like certain things that don't maybe make sense, weapons or whatever your reason for, like, to each their own, honestly. But me personally, I love this show. Now, again, for other reasons why, like I just said, like I understand, I guess, for people's reasons. But I look at this as I look at all the Arrowverse shows, that's what I'm still calling it, and it's a comic book. I mean, I'm entertained by watching Batwoman kick ass. Like, if I can sit there and enjoy it, and like, I don't want to say shut my brain off, because there are certain like things like, that's not the good word, but you have to enjoy it for what it is. It's a comic book put on screen. So like, I can excuse the little things like automatically finding out where the bad guy is, or Kate being way stronger than she possibly should be, or the physics of it all, because it's in the Arrowverse. If I can overlook Oliver's bow and arrows not always making sense, or Barry Allen's super speeding, or Legacy's traveling through time, I can overlook some nitpicky details in this show too. So I'm just saying, for those of you who don't like it, I understand, I guess, but like me personally, I love the show and I'm looking forward to it. I'm so glad it's got a season 2. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing what they do with it. Again, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just like really love like all of these superhero things come to life, but like I just really enjoyed the show from what I saw. So we're gonna talk about that today. If you do want to enjoy the video, like, comment, subscribe, share, I would really appreciate it. Yeah, let's talk. So, Batwoman. I know a lot of people thought this show would be cancelled by now. I personally am glad that it was not. Yeah, I'm gonna try to like not be all like, well, a lot of people thought this, and here's what I think, because like I know that's not really, it's not really supposed to be what this is about. I just want to talk about the show because I personally enjoyed it, but like it's hard not to like do this without being like, oh well, some people thought this, and this is what my actual feelings on the show are, because I personally enjoyed it very much. Now the first 2 episodes, again, I'm doing this though, I'm just gonna get like the whole season done and then go episode by episode. So these are gonna be my season 1, just like what my little thoughts on each episode up until the current one. So, my favorite character so far is Mary. Right from the beginning, I loved her. I felt bad for her because of, like, the fact that all she wanted was a sister, and Kate is just, like, kind of wants to keep her distance after everything that happened with her sister, which is understandable. It really is. As far as villains go, in, like, those first few episodes, Magpie, very Catwoman-like. I appreciate Batwoman getting her own, like, little rogues gallery. I'm not super familiar with the comic books, so, like, bear with me if I'm not, like, if, like, there's a character that, like, has more significance and I'm just, like, overlooking, I apologize. So, yeah, I thought Magpie was really cool, and I enjoyed it. She was, again, very Catwoman-like character, so I think that's cool for Kate to get her own Catwoman. Luke Fox, one of my other favorites. I hope to possibly see, because the one thing that I do know about the comic book is Luke Fox becomes Batwing, another Bat family person. Something that would be cool to like kind of grow that up a little bit, especially post-crisis with all the superheroes running around. I think he could be like a really cool partner for Kate. Let's go with partner. So yeah, I thought that was cool. I enjoy him as a character. Her gadgets and stuff like that for the first 2 episodes are really cool too. That's like episode 4 with Batarang, different technology and stuff like that. I would love to see more tech. Like, Batman has like a variety of like different bat things. It would be cool to like see some of them and like a new take on them, let's say. Yeah, episode 5, we got Alice's tragic backstory, which that just keeps getting darker and darker the more the show goes on. I enjoy it. I enjoy when CW ends up having, like, some weight to it and, like, gives a child a tragic backstory, which is kidnapped and essentially tortured. Not that that's good at all. I just appreciate a good tragic backstory. I appreciate them not shying away from it and what it could possibly do to a person. Like, I can appreciate what it's doing. I can appreciate it. But yeah, it is really, really sad, tragic backstory. Her and Kate being on opposite sides of the wall was beautifully tragic. Just the whole Beth Alice storyline throughout the episodes was just sad, to say the least. Beth constantly wanting her sister back. Kate never really giving up hope. It's sad. Beth and Mouse, I think that is a very cute, sweet, creepy brother-sister thing that they have going on, since they are brother and sister. I don't know if they're going to do anything with the future, like, more backstory, like how long they were together, trapped there, but, like, I enjoy that they actually grew to be siblings-esque. So, yeah, I think their thing is interesting. I look forward to seeing it explored more. I actually like Mouse. He's really creepy, like, character, so I think it's cool. I like the whole Alice persona with Mouse, too. I like it. It's creepy, it's weird, it's what I want from a supervillain. Yeah, I love the sibling dynamic. The bat signal, when I saw that, I loved it, because these are just, like, little things that I'm picking out now from each episode. The bat signal, I loved it. The new commissioner was pretty cool. Is the bat signal just, like, a new Batwoman bat signal, or is this, like, the old Batman one? I'm sure that was talked about earlier. But whatever, it's, again, just one of those little details that I'm picking out. Kate's ex knowing about her being Batwoman. I think interesting dynamic in the comic books and in Gotham things. The girlfriend or ex-girlfriend usually finds out at some point, so, like, why not just say it now? And, like, there's always the one person who knows about the secret identity to begin with. Now, what do I think about Kate's ex person? I think she's great. I like the character. Yeah, there's not really too much to talk about with that one. I appreciate her always looking out for Kate. I want to give her, like, more agency, though. I don't really know what I mean by that, but I just mean, like, more important. I like in the new episodes how she's, like, kind of taken over since her boss is, like, in prison now, which is Kate's father. I like that she's stepping up more. That's what I want. I just wanted her, like, kind of step up and be more than just that person, you know? Let me know what you guys think about her. I want to know what you guys think. Now, Batwoman versus Julia Pennyworth. That is episode 7, I believe. This was great. I hope they bring her back for something. Julia Pennyworth is cool. I like her. Again, I hope they bring her back for something. I love the name drop. And so apparently in this version, Alfred had a daughter, which I can appreciate. I like the world building. In that episode, just had, like, a lot of Alice and Mouse stuff that I enjoy. It had more of the creepy sibling thing going on. Mouse is apparently jealous. I know there's some theories about how he might be the new big bad of the season, which I can find interesting. I would like to see more, and I'm going to talk about it later, but more Beth versus Beth, which is probably what we're going to get going forward. Yeah, but I totally want to show about the adventures of Juliet Pennyworth. Just saying. Give her, why not? Alfred got his own spin-off, technically. Give his daughter one, too. And again, throughout the whole season so far, Beth has become my favorite. Sorry, not Beth. Mary has become my favorite. I like how she interacts with everyone. I feel genuinely bad for her. She just wants to have, like, a family, and people are just she's constantly going through so much crap. And it's, like, not even her fault. But, like, she gets so much. And she's not even mean to. She didn't do anything wrong. It's just how things are working out for her, and it sucks. I love the Beth-Kate dynamic. How Mouse, Beth, and Kate would all fit together, I don't know. I don't know why Alice would even want that at this point. I understand she wants her sister and all that stuff, but, like, the Mouse and Alice thing I think would be cool as a dynamic, and just have Kate be the villain, or the villain in their mind. You know what I mean? But I guess I understand wanting her sister back and stuff like that. So Mary's mom dying hit more than I thought it would, because again, Mary has become one of my favorite characters, so I felt even worse for Mary as this is happening. And again, it doesn't help either that in this episode, like, we had not only that, but then we also had more of Beth's backstory too. So like, we just had tragedy back to back to back. Mary generally shying away from Kate. I love that because Kate hasn't really been there for her. She's been kind of a jerk in general. And not even on purpose. Maybe even wanted to keep her safe, but still, she hasn't been handling it the best. I know by the end they do a makeup, and no, not even in this episode, but like they do end up making up at some point. And I appreciate that. You know, they are still sisters, whether they like it or not. And so just seeing Beth get even like a smidge of what she wants, and that is a sister, is still good. So good for Kate for at least trying, but Kate was definitely a jerk to her. So I understand Mary's hesitations with her from that point on. Now, post-crisis. So, Batwoman dealing with the post-crisis Earth is interesting. Now, we know there are little details across the different shows that like have bled through. With the merging of the realities, Oliver wasn't gonna get everything perfect. I'm joking, of course, but like this is its way of like kind of keeping some of the villains, keeping some of the same storylines, and also doing something really different with them. So, Beth is back. Now, I'm not sure if it is the Beth from Earth that Kara and Kate went to, or if it's just like another Earth and she has happened to be plopped into the new Earth, or what it is. But we have Beth, and we have different mentions. And I'm just letting you know, I did a whole separate video on the Crisis on Infinite Earths event, so you can check that out. But this is going to be... I kind of skipped those episodes because, again, I already made a video on that. So getting back to post-Crisis Batwoman, because each show did something differently. Supergirl had the whole bar thing and different brain. This one has this. Flash is dealing with his own stuff. So as of right now, we had a very interesting episode. So I like all the little nods and shout-outs to, you know, the multiverse and the actual Crisis and different stuff like that. I thoroughly enjoy it. Oh, cool. So I'm doing episode 10. So this one had to do with... I got very Black Mirror vibes because they did the whole person taking over the airwaves kind of thing. It was interesting. Yeah, it was interesting to see. I didn't mind the younger character that we got introduced to. We finally, though, because I saw this in Supergirl before I saw it on this, the article that is pronouncing that Batwoman is a lesbian. Good for Batwoman. Good for the fact that Kara got to do the interview. Just, I love that. It's awesome. So as of right now, we have Beth/Alice in custody. Because I'm talking about the ending of this episode now, because I want to get to the next one. Not that this one didn't have a lot of stuff in it, but it had, like... So, there's one thing I actually want to talk about. I know I keep going, like, jumping a million things. But, like, how, in a world of science fiction, aliens, things like that. Now, maybe this episode that I was talking about takes place before that? But I could have sworn this is post-Crisis already. And that, like, getting a skin face graft thing, even if this was taking place before Crisis. So, like, she should be able to get someone, Mary should be able to get someone to believe her in the fact there's someone who can swap faces. Like, that is not that far off. They live in a world of Joker, Scarecrow, Killer Croc, Batman. I know he's kind of like a myth at this point, but still, this is the world that they live in. Like, it's not that far-fetched. But yeah, we get to deal with just a few different things in this. I love Alice, I love Beth, we got to see the article written by Kara. I love it. I like that. I love that Mary's finally gotten, like, a bigger role in the show. Not, like, bigger, but, like, she's more part of the team. Still trying to be part of the team. Good for you, Beth. I feel so bad for her all the time, because she just gets so much crap for no reason. Yeah, so I don't think there's much really to talk about that. I just really like the fact they did the article. That was really cool. Good for them. Something I really appreciate. I don't want you guys to feel like I'm glossing over it, but it's still like I loved it. I loved it. I love the fact the car wrote it. I love the fact she came out. Good for Beth. Good for Batwoman because she's always been an openly LGBT character. Good for you. I know that is not the point, but I'm just saying it's good to have the representation and that they're actually going full fledged with it. Now post Crisis Beth, episode 11, we got a call. Dude, this is really good. Call the other heroes when something like this happens. You have Beth from an alternate universe that shouldn't really be happening. You spent like time with Supergirl in the episode. You were hanging out on her couch. Call them for an issue like this. Call anyone. Okay, that was the only nitpick I had. And not even nitpick, I'm just saying, call the other heroes. I like that in this episode they finally brought up the other Earths. Like, this makes me feel like they're officially part of the Arrowverse, is when they bring up stuff like that. Alternate dimensions, different heroes, the multiverse. I love them talking about that stuff. Yes, please, more of that. More world connectivity. I just like the world building of it and like knowing that they're all integrated. I know not everyone's gonna stop by every 2 minutes to solve an issue, but like, go with that connection. We got more dark Beth stuff. Again, these scenes are just incredibly dark. Killing a kitten in front of 2 children's face is one of the darker things we've gotten in the Arrowverse. So props to Batwoman for taking you to a level we haven't seen before. Still, God. And apparently Mary's just cool with the multiverse, even though she doesn't really know anything. Why not just tell her at this point? If she already has a sense of it, and like not really explaining where Beth came from, apparently she thinks it's magic or a wish or whatever. One of my favorite characters, just tell her the truth. She's on the team. Like, she's officially on the team. She can know stuff now. Yeah. Just tell her. But apparently she's just okay with knowing. Even though she doesn't really know, but she knows that Beth is here. In a world of aliens, monsters, demons, magic, just tell her that just tell her the whole story. More tragic Alice backstory of her having to sew the faces as a child. That is horrible. I like the Kate pulling Beth out of the car scene because it harkens back to when she didn't do it as a child. I appreciate that. Yeah, that was a little bit before. But yeah, the whole car scene, Mouse getting trapped essentially, and then, at the after part and them having a party. And Mary being exactly right as to everything and explaining her whole theory was right. Again, why not tell her? Nitpicky, yes, but still just tell her. And that is the ending where we get Beth and Alice having like a weird migraine thing. Now, what are they going to do with these characters? I would love to hear your guys' theories. Personally, I don't know if they're going to do like some kind of merge thing where the 2 entities become one. I think that would be way too crazy for Batwoman. Or if one of them has to die for the other to live, what is actually going to happen with that? Maybe they'll pull like a little double cross. Who knows?